What's up? What's up? Welcome to my channel. What's poppin', everybody? It's Miss Geechee coming at you again with another video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. So as you can tell by the title, we are talking about when I got diagnosed with Turner syndrome. I was diagnosed with Turner syndrome about 6 years ago. Turner syndrome is when you can either have one chromosome missing, or you can have half a chromosome missing. And with that, it gives a lot of different defects when it comes to your heart, kidneys, your pituitary gland, things of that nature. I was blessed to only have smaller kidneys, no malfunctions, nothing like that. I was blessed to have a perfectly good working heart, but I do have a very small pituitary gland. And with that, I wasn't able to have a period like all the other women. And growing up, I was like, yeah, I'm mad, I'm so angry, I can't have a period like every other girl. So as I got, like, I want to say 19, 20, I got put on hormone replacement therapy with estrogen and things like that. I got my period and I was angry. It went from yay, getting my period, yay, to WTF. Why didn't y'all ladies out there tell me that having a period is horrific? It's terrible. The cramps make you feel like you want to die. The bloating is horrible. You don't feel like getting out of bed. Before I was just like, oh man, I'm not a normal girl, I'm so sad, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as I had a period, I was like, oh crap. I don't understand why nobody set me aside and was like, girl, don't worry about it. Having a period ain't that big of a deal. Every woman has it, but it's not that big of a deal. Along with not having a period, they told me that I won't be able to have children. And that was like a gut punch because of the fact that I wanted to have 2 or 3 children. I wanted to be married, I wanted to have the white picket fence, things of that nature. And when they told me I might not be able to, it was like my whole world, it was like crashing down. It was like, I was like, that feels like my dream of finding the right man, giving him the children that he wants and things like that has gone out the window. Yes, adoption and IVF and that's out there, and now I understand. But when I first got diagnosed, all I could think of is, oh my gosh, can I have a child come out of my womb? Like, it just didn't register, you know what I mean? But now I understand, there's different options like IVF that can, let me have a child, or there's adoption. There's a lot of children out there that need wonderful homes, But at that time, I was just like blank, like, wow. And, at one point I was like, God, why? I was like, why do you have to do this to me? Growing up, I already had issues with, sometimes not comprehending when it came to doing different activities in school, doing math problems, different things like that. I already had problems with that. So now you're telling me I won't be able to have children? Like, that's just like another notch in the canned list or something. Like, just another notch on my list of things that I can't have or do. It really threw me for a loop. Like, when I was in school, I would have different IEPs, and they would, tell me, oh, you won't be able to, be somebody or be able to, graduate with everybody because, there was times I just didn't comprehend certain things, it wasn't because, you know, I was like slow, nothing like that. It was just, I needed to know my way of learning. Sometimes not everybody learns the same way as somebody else. Like going through college, I had to literally videotape my teachers. And so I can, you know, run over everything she says to me, repeat it, so I can understand, you know. And, you know, one time in class I was videotaping and the teacher was like, you know, you're not allowed to videotape in here. And I looked at her like, what are you going to do about it? Like, this is my education. I have to do what I have to do to make sure that I'm successful and I can get through life, you know? I already had a rough beginning, you know, with being diagnosed and them telling me I can't have children. You know, along with that, I, you know, had my short stature. Children made fun of me, you know, call me, call me all types of things, you know, like L4, you know. You know, they also would say, oh, you know, your neck is dirty. And one time a child actually brought a washcloth to school in the middle of class when the teacher walked out to go grab something, literally turned to me and was like, I brought this washcloth so, you know, you can wash your neck. I was like, whoa, wash my neck, huh? But like, I'll take a shower just like everybody else. But because of my, you know, my disorder and things like that, I have a darker neck than everybody else, you know. And he literally sat there and was trying to rub my neck, and it was a horrible time growing up in school. You know, people always making fun of me because I was who I was. I was short, you know, I didn't have boobs at the time. Everybody else had boobs. You know, as far as learning, I didn't learn as fast as everybody else. You know, I learned at my own pace. But, you know, I got through. You know, sometimes other children out there can't get through. You know, sometimes there are other children who fall through the cracks of the system. You know, and, you know, sometimes children come to school angry because they just don't understand. And some teachers can't teach those children because they can't, you know, get through to them. Because sometimes when a teacher are so wrapped up in their own self and what they're doing, they just come in to get a paycheck. They don't sit down and, you know, be one-on-one with children and, you know, ask them, Johnny, are you all right? You know, what's going on? There are teachers out there that do that, you know, and unfortunately, I haven't really met them when I was in school. You know, I had to pull my own self up by my bootstraps. My mom would help me with schoolwork, different things like that. And also with having the Turner syndrome, it made my mom suffer and my sister suffer. My sister had to take me to, not my sister, but my mother had to take me to different doctor's appointments for my heart, you know, get my kidneys checked, check the different hormone levels in my brain, you know. You spent like thousands of dollars on medicine, especially when like my injections and stuff. It was horrible, you know. And my sister suffered because she didn't get to have enough attention from my mom like that. You know, I mean, she got attention, don't get me wrong, but not as much as she probably wanted because my mom had to take care of me. You know, I was always sick and out of the hospital, and you know, especially growing up in elementary and middle school, I was always teased, wanted to stay home, and it was a rough thing. And, you know, my sister doesn't have, like, things wrong with her like I do. So, you know, she got to grow up and go to school happy, you know. Of course, you know, they always have their bullies and everything like that, but she didn't have to go through what I went through. And so, you know, growing up, she, you know, still had to deal with her own stuff, and I did too, you know. And it just wasn't fun, you know. And I know there's other children out there that experience bullying and different things like that, being teased for being different. There's nothing wrong with being different, being somebody else who, you know, who you want to be, you know. Like, being someone different, walking your own path, is nothing wrong with that. You know, and with my case, I walked my own path. I forged my own way. Every day I get out my bed, put one foot in front of the other, put my pants on just like everybody else. You know, I don't think I should be, belittled, teased, or anything for being different. You know, I've graduated high school. I have a whole degree. I'm about to graduate again, So it's ha 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 on those who thought that I couldn't. It was ha 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 on those who laughed at me. Ha ha on those who laughed at me and who thought that I was a joke. Most of them now have like 3 children. I have no babies. I travel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to be me. And I think everybody else should be happy to be them and love them. Be happy, everybody. Alright, this is Miss Geechee. I love you all. And make sure you like, comment, and, subscribe. Hit that bell. And thank you for coming by. Peace.